Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Kwarash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the elect of the nation of Israel. This is your brother Ayash Kabal, coming at you with another lesson that I pray that you find edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. A quick note, I went to the store to go and pick up some things, and the items that I picked up would normally run me about, I want to say, a little less than $20. Basic items, and when the cashier ran my items, it came up to over $40. And I was like, damn, that's a huge jump from not too long ago. I can't put a specific date on when the prices were really low, but I could put a specific time frame on when things were cheap, and I want to say pre-vid, and the prices of items are constantly increasing, and they call that inflation, when in fact inflation is when the dollar actually decreases in value because there's so much of it. In other words, there are so many dollars out there that its value is actually decreased, and the items that you're buying isn't increasing. It's the value of the monetary system that has decreased, which in turn causes you to spend more of those monies to buy what you want. That said, I end up getting the items that I needed, but nonetheless, there are people out there that are struggling, and there are people out there that are going through it, and they're going to go through it even worse because they're not paying attention to what's going on. Yeah, okay, they're sitting back and they're saying we have inflation going on, and they're just going along with the narrative, but they're not understanding that the dollar is being decentralized, because you got the BRICS, you got the BRICS on the up and up, and these other nations, or these other heathen nations, are dealing in a system, or want to deal in a system that Salakia these other nations want to deal in a system that's not backed by this Babylonian currency, which in turn is backed by nothing at this particular point. It is just backed by the paper that is printed on and the belief that it's actually worth something. Well, all of these monies is coming back to Babylon the Great. These other nations are starting to sell their bonds and dump the dollar, and very soon the dollar will be a thing of nothingness. People will start throwing dollars out of the window as if it's confetti, and those in the know understand what's happening. Those in the know are looking at they're looking at diversifying their portfolio, so to speak, to invest in gold and silver, and other monetary tangible means. But in the days that are coming, that's not going to be worth nothing either, because it's not like the people who don't know better are actually investing in gold, and so when this system crashes, who are they going to trade with? A person who doesn't have gold may not want gold because he can't readily use it. You know what I'm saying? In order for that person who doesn't have gold to accept gold, he has to know someone who's willing to trade gold, you know? And it's going to be a very hard thing to do. Very soon it's going to turn into a system of bartering where you may have food or clothing or some type of object that is very simple. you know if you look at the movie with Denzel Washington, what is the name of that movie? Salakia. Uh, Salakia. The name, has escaped me, but if it comes to me through the Spirit, and probably Yahweh Shai, bring it out. But that movie, the road. No, it's not the road. Salakia. The movie escapes me, but nonetheless, in that movie with Denzel, hold on a second, I gotta get it. You know what I'm saying? I just can't not bring out that name. I just give me a second. Salakia, I got it. The Book of Eli. Salakia for that. So when you look at the Book of Eli, Denzel Washington, he was a pilgrim in the earth, going from place to place, and his way of getting things that he wanted, specifically water, he was able to barter, with the items that he picked up along the way. Well, very soon you're gonna deal with a situation like that where you may have to barter a item that you may have, or this, that, or the other, your services or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The bartering system is coming back, and gold and silver will be worth nothing to those who don't want gold and silver. Gold and silver isn't going to fix, a man's truck. Gold and silver isn't going to fix, a man getting water. Gold and silver isn't going to fix, a man starving for food. So very soon, the world is going to be in a situation that you see in the Book of Eli, or even the road for that matter, where it's going to be chaos and mayhem, and you might be left to your own defenses. Well, not your own defenses, but the elect is going to lean on Yahweh Shem Shai, but 2/3 is just going to flat out lose it. They're not going to be able to eat in those days, regardless to what they got. But let me break out some scriptures and go on. Salakia. Let me get this. The book of James, chapter 5 and verse 1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. And what are those miseries that's going to come upon, the rich men? This economical collapse, and being rich in this time isn't a thing where you're a millionaire and you're a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Being rich in this time, shit. Let me put it this way: you got people who are considered rich in this time just because they're middle class or upper middle class. Those are considered rich. So even in those days, even those people are going to weep and howl. But this scripture is going into how, these bankers and, these millionaires and these billionaires, are going to howl, towards the miseries that shall come upon them, because when this economical system crashes, they're going to lose a lot. A lot of what they've been building for and building towards is just going to be transferred to another bank account that they won't have any access to, because the scripture does say in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, rich and poor, free and bond, is going to take that mark. And so a lot of these rich people who have wealth in this monetary system, they're going to weep and howl too. You know what I'm saying? Their money is going to be worth their money is going to be worthless even more so. You know, they're going to feel it the worst because they built their entire wicked ways around this economical system that, is about to crash. And it's not like it's a new thing. You know what I'm saying? The media is talking about an economical collapse. You know, they're discussing it as if it's an everyday occurrence. They're bringing it out as if it's going to happen tomorrow, and it very well could. The book of James, chapter 5 and verse 2. Your riches are corrupt, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you. Yeah, your riches is going to be a witness against you, because you've only gotten your riches by deceit, robbery and murder. I mean, look, man, anybody who's rich in this time has got it unrighteously, and that's only because Esau Edom has allowed you to build wealth within the system, while at the same time you have to do some abominable things. Like a lot of these rappers, that you hear about and that you read about, who are rich, what I'm saying, who's just flinging $100 bills as if it's acting like a waterfall. They had to do some very abominable things in order to even do that. Get like 8 Lamborghinis in their driveway. Yeah, you had to do some abominable shit to get that. That $1 million home, of that multi-million-dollar home. You had to do some abominable shit to do that. Either you had to be poked and stoked, or you had to off somebody that you loved in order to get the success that you've got. And it doesn't matter who you jakes are. A lot of you jakes have had to do some things that allowed you to be in a position of wealth in this kingdom. Because you weren't brought here, in Babylon the Great for your wealth. You know what I'm saying? You were brought here for your chastisement. And you wicked niggas have actually taken your chastisement and used it as a way of what monetary gain. The scriptures say that this is not your rest, but you've made it your rest. You have done so much wicked shit that you've actually looked at what you've sold yourself out for as being a good thing, because now you're thinking about your children. You want to leave a heritage for your children. Nigga, fuck your children and fuck you, because what you've done was nothing short of destroy you and your children, because you sought a lifestyle on this side that that you look at and you covet, because you didn't want to suffer with your fellow man. You didn't want to suffer with your fellow Israelite, but instead you want to, gain riches on this side. But Yahweh Shem Yahushai is about to destroy all this shit. All of this stuff is about to be laid waste. Babylon the Great is about to be a wasteland for owls and foul creatures and beasts of the earth. But this is the place where you want to lay your head and make this your resting place. I've made it. The book of James, chapter 5 and verse 3. Your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you, and they shall eat your flesh as if it were fire. Yeah, a lot of you people put your trust in mammon and not in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So you have made money your God. You have made money, or gold and silver, your idol. You know what I'm saying? You walk around with these big ass fucking Cuban link chains and think that you made it. Nah, nigga, you did nothing but destroy yourself, because you have made money your idol. You have made money your gold. You have heaped treasures together for the last days. And that also, that scripture also goes into how Esau Edom has laid up treasures for himself, because he actually thinks that he's gonna pass that shit on from generation to generation, when in fact the only thing that he's actually done is the only thing that he's really actually done was put the gold and the silver in a specific place, so when Yahweh Shah comes back, we know where it is, and we can get it, and they can bring it to us. You know, a lot of the gold that was here is no longer in Babylon the Great. A lot of that gold that was here is moved somewhere else, because they know that this place is going to be destroyed. They know the calamities that's going to befall this place once this economical system collapses. They know these things. The book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse 10. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that there should be the noise of a cry from the fish gate. And what's the fish gate? You know, the place where they actually trade, you know, trade and barter, aka Wall Street. You know, like when Wall Street crashes, there's going to be a cry amongst the stockbrokers and shit like that, amongst the rich men. That's why a lot of them are diversifying their portfolio to buy gold, silver, you know, and digital assets, because they know that when this economical system collapses, a lot of people are just going to be destroyed and destitute. A lot of people ain't going to know what to do when they don't have money in the bank. It's one thing to not know what you're going to do when you have money in the bank, because now you could devise a plan, you know, to get yourself out of the situation. But a lot of people don't know what to do when there's no money in the bank and you can't devise a plan for your situation. So a lot of people are just going to lose it because they're lost at that point. But we of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai are not ignorant to Satan's devices. We are not sleeping the way others sleep. You know, we see these things coming afar, and we warn you people of these things that are coming. But a lot of you jakes ain't even paying attention. You know, and so when it hits a lot of you 2/3, you know, you're not going to know what to do. You're not even going to know how to react. You're not even going to know who to call on, because in that day, you're going to be looking for answers. And you're not going to be able to find it. Why? Because Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to pull his prophets off of the streets. You know? He's going to make it where we're not a reprover of men. And in that day is when Yahweh Shem Yahushai will turn his back, and you're going to seek him early, when your stomach is pressing up against your back because you can't go and buy food. And then it's going to turn into a point where you're going to have to accept the MOTB in order for you to buy and sell. Very soon it's going to turn into the point where if you don't have the MOTB, you're not going to be able to do shit. And a lot of you jakes are going to take it. Why? Because, you know, a lot of you jakes are born in vanity. Going back to Zephaniah 1 and 10. And an howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. And that's your economical collapse. It's going to crash. And when it crashes, it's going to crash hard. Because a lot of people are living day to day. A lot of people are living hour to hour, to tell you the truth. Day to day is, you know, like a misnomer. Jakes are living hour to hour. Jake don't know what they're going to do from 1 hour to the next. A lot of jakes out there don't even know how they're going to get food at 9 o'clock in the morning, let alone 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's going to get real bad, you know, once this economical system collapses, and when Big Gov just cut everybody off, you know, because there's already talks on, you know, these benefits that a lot of these women are getting is going to be cut off. And when they cut off, they cut off. And, you know, a lot of you women who are getting child support, you know, and spousal support, that shit going to come to an end. You know, a lot of you women who depend upon law enforcement, they're not going to get paid. You know what I'm saying? You think they're going to put their life on their line just because they're good people? I mean, granted, you know, we know that there are no good people in the earth except Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but still, you know, a lot of people think that a lot of these services that they have is going to be in place once an economical collapse happens, and that's not the case. A lot of these places and a lot of these systems are going to collapse the minute the dollar collapses. The moment the dollar collapses, it's over, and it's going to happen. The book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse 11. How ye inhabitants, how ye inhabitants of Mektesh, for all the merchant, for all the merchant people are cut down, and all they that bear silver are cut off. And that's what's going to happen. You know, your financial markets and your financial systems are going to be utterly destroyed. You know, Yahweh Shai is about to cut them down, and they're not going to rise again. You know, even with this, even with this digital system that this devil want to bring out, it's not going to come to its true 100% fruition, because Yahweh Shai has laid snares for that. You know, Yahweh Shai is that variable that these devils did not consider. They did not consider Yahweh Shai in their thoughts, because, like it says in the book of Obadiah, the thoughts have, or hold on a second, let me get it. I don't want to butcher it. Let me get it. Salakia. Because this devil actually thinks that, you know, his plans are going to come into fruition. The book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 3, the pride of thine heart has deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks, or the clefts of the rock. You know, your thoughts have deceived you. You know, you actually thought that Yahweh Shai was altogether with you, because he didn't pass the judgment that you deserve upon you yet. But now you're in that time, you're in that generation where Yahweh Shai is about to punish your ass. You know what I'm saying? And how he's doing that? Yahweh Shai is destroying you with the word. You know what I'm saying? His prophets are out there on the highways and byways just talking. You know, we're just telling you what's happening. We're just telling you what is about to happen. We're just telling you your outcome. We're just telling you about the arrival of our Lord and our power. We're just telling you what the Lord told us to tell you. You know? And one of the things that he told us to tell you is that your system is going to collapse. You know, you're in a trick bag. Excuse me. Salakia. Salat. So, yeah, you know, the pride of thine heart has deceived thee, thou that has dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks. Because your pride actually thinks that you're going to do what your heart imagines. You know? So I'm going to wrap it up with verse 12. The book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles, and I will search Jerusalem with candles, and punish the men that are settled on their lees. Yeah, you know, this is not your rest. And a lot of you jakes seem to think that nothing's going to happen. You know, this economical system is definitely coming, and it's going to happen. And you know, a lot of you people ain't gonna, or a lot of you jakes ain't gonna know how to handle, you know, these situations or these tribulations when it comes. You know, a lot of you jakes are just gonna lose it. You know, that they say in their heart, Yahweh Shai will not do good, neither will he do evil. And that's your ignorance, because you don't know Yahweh Shai. You don't know the personality of the Lord, because if you did, you would fear him every day. If you knew the personality of Yahweh Shai, you would be out there on the highways and byways teaching, preaching, and warning the people. If you knew the personality of Yahweh Shai, you would understand that the Lord loves judgment. If you knew the personality of Yahweh Shai, then you would know that he is a man of war. If you knew the personality of Yahweh Shai, then you would know that you need to get up off your ass and do something. But a lot of you people are being taught by the precepts of men, and you actually think that nothing's going to happen to you in these up and coming days. So with that, just buckle up, prepare yourself for this economical crisis that's about to befall you, because when it happens, it's going to happen quick. Look at what just happened over there in Cuba. You know, these people went to bed at 9 o'clock. By 8 o'clock in the morning, they couldn't even go to the banks and get their money out of the system that they put their investments in. What do you think is going to be like over here in Babylon the Great? And you're not even hearing about how the people are dealing with that over there in Cuba. So what do you think is going to be the situation over here in Babylon the Great? they're not letting you know these things because if more and more people knew about what happened over there in Cuba, a lot of these people, a lot of these Babylonians would run to the bank and take all their shit out the banks, which would cause a run on the banks, which would also cause an economical collapse. So they have to control the information that's being spread. And they're trying their damnedest, which is why they want to ban certain social media, websites. But, I think the point's been made. This place is about to crash. This economical system is about to hit rock bottom. That bubble's about to burst. But these people are trying to hold on to a certain point in time, preferably out of Abaratazah this year, where this bubble would just pop, and these people just lose it, and they implement the MOTB, and we be out of here. WW3 kicks off, the sky cracks open, and Yahweh Shah comes and saves his elect. And Abaratazah, I'm one of those men, as well as the other men that I've been laboring with. But with that, I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash, Babylon, the apostles of great millstone who rule well, peace and salutations unto the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.